Hello everyone, the story I'm going to share today is Shishu's loyalty and filial piety. Shishu, also named Yuanzhi, was a military advisor for Liu Bei during the final period of Eastern Han Dynasty. He was 7 feet tall and had the temperament of a king. He was always peaceful and taciturn, never showing anger or love on his face. He liked to make friends with heroes. When Emperor Xian of Han saw him, he immediately asked someone to check his family genealogy, granted him a general. Cao Cao also admired him very much, praised him for his ambitions and intelligence, and believed that he deserved to be called the unrivaled hero who knows the secrets of the universe and a talented man with the ambition of the world. But it seemed that his fate didn't make it easy for him. Liu Bei, meanwhile, was determined to seek the chance of joining the forces for restoring the Han Dynasty. He lived a wandering life, traveled from place to place, as he wanted to seek a place to live, and even more to seek his long-cherished wish to helping the Han Dynasty and saving the people to be fulfilled. Cao Cao was ordered by the emperor to unify the north part, and Sun Quan inherited his father and brother's course and took charge of the eastern part of China. Finally, Liu Bei went to Liu Bei and lived in a small town in the county of Xinye. As the saying goes, if one survives a catastrophe, one must have a future blessing. Liu Bei had just escaped a trap to take his life. His horse Dilu had miraculously taken him through the Tansy River and saved him. His future came to a turning point. First, he met Shi Jing, a Taoist master with white hair and childlike face, and accepted his guidance as he was determined to look for the right person to help him to save the world. Then one day, just as Liu Bei was leading his troops back to Xinye, there was suddenly a high-pitched voice singing in the market. The world is undergoing earth-shaking changes, and the flames will be extinguished. The building will collapse, and it will be difficult to support it with a tree. There is a wise man in the valley, and he wants to seek the Lord of wisdom. And the Lord is looking for the virtuous, and he does not know me. This song evidently gave a hint that Han Dynasty would collapse, and it was impossible to turn the tide by any person. Liu Bei understood that the singer had a desire to assist him, and realized that this man might be the talented one he was looking for. Thinking about this, Liu Bei immediately dismounted his horse and was indeed invited by the singer to his house. The man introduced himself and said, "My name is Shanfu, and I have heard that you're looking for a talented one to help you. I'm willing to join you, so I was singing in the city to attract your attention." Liu Bei was very happy to talk to him, and during their conversation, Liu Bei was absolutely sure that Shanfu was the one he had been looking for. So he immediately granted him a position of military advisor, and asked him to train soldiers. Shanfu was actually a pseudonym. In fact, he was Shishu, a counselor of the Three Kingdoms. With his extraordinary speech, Liu Bei weighed him very much in his heart, and by paying back with gratitude to Liu Bei, soon Shishu used his super military talent to command a war and win one victory after another. After being defeated many times, Cao Ren, Cao Cao's general, later found out Liu Bei was winning because he had a new military advisor named Shanfu. He reported the issue to Cao Cao, who became interested in knowing this unknown man. Cheng Yu, an advisor of Cao Cao, told him all about Shishu's life experiences and his family. Cao Cao considered it an immense pity that this talented man was not helping him, but instead his rival Liu Bei. Xu was very filial, so Cheng Yu came up with the idea of emulating his mother's handwriting to write the letter to Xu. After Xu received the fake letter, tears immediately rolled down his cheeks. Considering the writing his mother's handwriting, the letter said, "My life is in danger, hoping you'll come back to rescue me." Xu, however, faced a huge problem. He thought, if I stay with Liu Bei, I will cruelly abandon my mother and be unfilial. If I go home for my mother's safety, I will be unloyal to Liu Bei. His tears flowed out not only for his mother, but also for the difficult choice. In the end, he made a decision on the grounds that among 100 good things, filial piety comes first. So he would rather leave Liu Bei in order to make sure the safety of his mother than staying with the general. Having made the most important choice in his life, Xu apologized to Liu Bei and said goodbye to him. Liu Bei burst into tears when he heard that Xu was leaving. He thought that he had finally found a talented military advisor. How could he be willing to let him go? But he knew that the relationship between mother and son was naturally related. So he reluctantly let him go and bid farewell to him in person. When they parted, Liu Bei had sent him far. Xu knew that the road ahead was without promise. So he wept again. Before he was on the way, Xu told Liu Bei, "I will never propose any military advice to Cao Cao for the rest of my life, even if he forces me." Then he revealed a secret. He recommended peerless genius to Liu Bei. Thus, although Liu Bei lost Xu, he had a chance to have Zhuge Liang, another most resourceful man at that time, to help him. After Xu entered Cao Cao's army, his mother found out that her son had been deceived to make him leave Liu Bei, in order to let him go back to assist Liu Bei without any worries for her. She committed suicide. In great pain, Xu silently kept his original oath and did not promise any advice to Cao Cao until he left Cao Cao. Although Liu Bei, Xu, and his ministers met by chance, in this vivid and short story, we may see the ancient cultural connotation of loyalty, filial piety, benevolence, and righteousness reverberating with touching power for thousands of years. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.